Hi, welcome back to our video channel. We're here today with the Megatech Interceptor aerobatic jet. It's a great fun little two-channel jet. It's good for a kid's toy, or an adult's toy for that matter. You see it's very small and lightweight. It doesn't take much room to fly. You can fly it in a backyard space, gymnasium. It's really great. It comes fully assembled just as you see it. It's got props. The props are already assembled too. And then underneath you've got your power switch, your on-off switch, and your charger cable. You can see your motors here. You got two lights on the side. It's just like a lot of the toy helicopters. When the toy is powered on, it's got some lights that you can see. It's also got some a plastic cover over the nose cone, so that helps keep it safe from crashes. If it goes nose down in the grass, it can handle that, and it really doesn't break. It's very lightweight. It also doesn't fly too fast, so if it does kind of nose down in the grass, it's really not carrying too much momentum, so it really doesn't get broken on those things. You can also hit the nose cone kind of protects it from any harder impacts too. If it hits a fence, for example. We have tested that. It was smooth sailing, clear skies, and all of a sudden, whew, fence came out of nowhere, but the plane was okay. Let's turn this back off. Okay. So, like a lot of the common toys like this, it's ready to fly, so it comes with a small transmitter. It comes with the radio antenna. You need to supply some AA batteries to run it. It requires 6 AA batteries. The LiPo battery that powers the plane is already included, and like a lot of the helicopter toys, that you can actually charge the battery inside the toy using a cable from the radio. You also need a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the back plate and install the batteries. Just a number 0 Phillips head screwdriver like this one is perfect. Okay. This is a great little toy. The one thing about it, you really do need fresh batteries for it. You know, sometimes with toys they always say, oh, use fresh batteries, don't mix types and so on. But this one's a little bit sensitive to that. If you take a mix of batteries, say like if you have some Duracells and Energizers in a mix in another toy that's working fine, and you try them in here, it may not work. What you'll tend to find, if you don't have really fresh batteries of the same type, you may lose control of the aircraft or not be able to control it when it's more than about 10 feet away, which isn't very far. Remember, and so be sure to use fresh batteries, AA's, alkaline, not the nickel metal hydride rechargeables. The ones that we've had really good luck right now running it just with the Energizer lithium AA batteries, it's great. Okay. So remember, so here we have it's two channel as we said. So we have a throttle control, and then we have another knob on the right side that lets us turn left or right. There's also a trim control, and what you use the trim control for is if the plane is tending to drift to the right or drift to the left, then you adjust the trim to get it to fly straight. Okay? And there's also a couple of lights on it, and there's also something that says A and B. So the Interceptor comes in a red color, it comes in a blue color as well. One is on one channel and one is on the other, and so you just select which channel you want right here. And so then the red light here, this is a power indicator for the radio. Notice that this is flashing right now. Now let's go ahead and turn the toy on. Again, the lights are on, so this means that the toy is powered up even though the props aren't spinning. Okay. Notice this is flashing, but now if we turn the throttle up and down once, now this is turned to a solid light. So now the plane is armed and ready to go. So hold the plane. Now it's going to fly. Okay. So again, you have your throttle control, then you have your left-right controls for the turning. There's another light below that says charge. And the way this one works is you've got a little cable that hooks up here, just like one that's on the helicopters, and you just hook the cable up from the transmitter here. And when, in this case, the green light turns on when it's charging, and then the light turns off when it's completed charging. So that may take maybe 20 minutes. It's not too long to recharge it. And as usual with these things, once you're finished running and you want to recharge, it's best to give the battery about 10 minutes to cool down first. Sometimes people skip that because it's new and you want to play with it, but that can affect the life of your battery. So best to let it cool down a little bit. So here's what we do, that once you're ready to go, you can grab the plane, get ready to hand launch it, turn the throttle up, and then set it off. Okay? One thing that some people find with it first is that they go too hard on the throttle and it goes up into a stall and then spin right after takeoff. Okay, so it can actually loop overhead and then come around and whack you on the backside. So when you're initially taking off, just keep it about halfway, maybe halfway throttle, or maybe 2/3 initially, and back it off to about halfway. That'll keep it flying sort of level, and then gun it to higher throttle or full throttle when you want it to do a loop. Okay? So you can do loops, you can do spins, spin it this way, spin left, spin right. And what you do, remember this turns by differential thrust. There are no elevators or ailerons or anything on this. So what you do is when you turn it to move the radio knob to turn it to the right, then this prop will slow down. So that's what makes it turn. Okay? And then it's the same thing for the left side. If you turn it to the left, this will slow down, turns to the left. But of course what will happen is it'll both turn and it'll slow down some, so it'll tend to go turn and move down. So if you want to turn and try to keep it level, try to increase the throttle just a little bit when you're turning to keep it up. Okay? So keep it maybe halfway throttle to keep it level, and then when you turn, if you want to keep it up, raise the throttle up a little bit and that'll keep it level. When you want to do a loop, because those are lots of fun, gun at full throttle and then you get a nice loop. Okay? So you can do loops and you can do spins left, spins right, flying straight. It's very durable. I recommend flying this in soft ground like grass is great for it. The nose cone, as we mentioned. See, this has a plastic protector to cover it that protects it from damage, but the underside really doesn't have much protection. And so you've got your on-off switch and your charger, and you've got your motors here. So I recommend fly it where there's a smooth surface indoors like a gymnasium, or fly it in some soft grass so it'll have a nice belly landing without getting damaged. And again, it is really pretty durable. That usually whenever there's a problem with it, it's because people have trouble, they don't really have fresh batteries in it, or they've used rechargeable batteries in it instead of the alkaline ones. And the other thing that can happen to it is someone can step on it or sit on it, or the dog can chew it. So those are usually the major modes of damage, or the stepping on it, the sitting on it, and the dog chewing. It's not really dog proof. But other than that, it's good. It is, again, as I said, it's a lot of fun. You really don't need much space to fly it. You can fly it in a very small backyard area. It's a lot of fun. And it's not super powerful. You can fly it outdoors, but stick to about 3 to 5 miles an hour winds, and you'll be able to handle it pretty well and have a lot of fun. So again, this is like a lot of helicopter toys that, although it's not flying, it's powered up because the lights are on. So then what we'll do is we'll turn it off. There we go. And, oh, I should say too, that the props are kind of blunted, so if you don't have to worry too much about safety with this way. If you get your fingers in it, or if a kid gets their fingers in it, it's not really going to cut your hands. You can feel it. It may like pinch a little bit, but it won't actually cut your fingers. And the box also includes a spare set of props, so you can replace them if need be, and there are additional sets available. So Megatech recommends this for ages 8 and up. It's fine. We agree with that. It's a great little toy, and have a blast with it.